Good morning, Golden Painting Studio folk. I'm working away at the moment. I'm in Taunton. I've been helping Games Workshop, which I really enjoy doing. So if you want to come and say hello in Taunton, please do. But also, I'm in Truro, potentially, in a couple of weeks as well. So come and say hi there. I figured I'd do a video while I'm here. Why not? Hey. Another viewers' comments thing, because you asking for help, so I should give it, really, shouldn't I? Just saw in the camera, then I kind of have a weird garf-like smile. What's that about? Anyway, in my last video I made a statement about oh wow, your blends are cool. Oh yeah, thanks, I use an airbrush. Oh, alright. Then in the comment section, Reese Taylor asked, Tommy, do you use an airbrush? The answer is yes, I do. Or yes, I can. Do I always use one? No. Do I like using one? Sometimes. It's about a tool for the job. You know, what tool do you want, and what effect do you want, and what tool is best going to get you there. So, you know, for large scale models, Knights, Titans, and airbrush is a sensible thing. Airbrush, rattle cans, all those types of things I really enjoy. And that's about the end result. Then my statement was about skills. You know, if you want skills, then, you know, look for the skills in things. Don't avoid hardships and choose an easy path and then assume you've got a broad or deep vocabulary of skills. So do airbrush, go into it deep as far as skill wise goes, go into the vocabulary of airbrushing, go into it broad as well, yeah, and then learn to use your paintbrush just as well, if not better, you know, because all the rules for a paintbrush and an airbrush pretty much do the same things. Keep it clean, set your consistency right, don't commit paint to the model that you don't know the properties of. You know, test your paint before you put it on the model, yeah. So you know, you wouldn't just mix some paint and start spraying straight in your model, would you? What if your airbrush starts spitting, you know? Or you wouldn't, for those that take paint straight out of the pot and then go straight to the model with a brush, do those people get good results? And generally no, they don't. Now if they're going to sit there and go, oh well, I do get good results, well then you're probably a person who doesn't know how to see. So then your skill would then start to learn how to see, because looking is a skill as well. You know, I'll give you an example of this. Colour blindness. You know, I'm red, green, browny, colourblind. However, I developed a method after painting a tree bed years ago. I painted it. I thought, oh yeah, wood bark is not really brown, is it? By some weird like grey colour on all the trees that I've come into contact with. So I was like, right, okay, well, if I mix scorched brown and grey together, I'll get like a grey brown. Actually, what I got was pink, and I couldn't really see it. I had the Mickey taken out of me big time. And I was like, I can't really allow that to happen again. So I started working on my colour blindness. I know if that might sound like a strange thing to say, but that's what I started doing, and I suffer much less from it. You know, I have a moment where I go, right, is colour blindness going to be a hindrance in this instance? So, right, okay, yes or no. And then I take measures to make sure that everything I do as far as colour blindness goes is accounted for. And that skill and that time I take and that practice has now become a habit to me. I'm not saying I'm not colourblind, but I can't say that I suffer necessarily from it. So yeah, there's an example of how you can work on your eye and work on your skills, because skills, it's not always just about wiggling this, which essentially is what painting is. You know, oh, I'm bored of painting marines. Well, you're not bored of doing that, and that's what you do for every model. You know. So, yeah, I use an airbrush. Yeah, I like using an airbrush. Yeah, sometimes I don't. If it comes to developing skill, using a paintbrush is something I really respect. Especially when it comes to blending, when it comes to really smooth applications of paint. Yeah, there's a real skill there. Something really deeper than you think. So yeah. Another one of the questions was, how long did it take me to learn non-metal metallics? There's kind of two answers to this, because I've kind of been doing it for years. I mean, like, since like 92 or something stupid like that. And a lot of people have. It just wasn't really acknowledged back then. You know, so you think about Tim Prowse painting of Captain Tycho from way back, probably like White Dwarf 142, 148, something like that. A long time ago, you know. We're talking mid to early 90s. And he painted it, Captain Tycho, using snakebite leathers, yellows, bone colours, blah blah blah. And you know, that was to me the first, what we call now, non-metal metallics. And then throughout Games Workshop's time, they'd have parts of models that were painted in golden yellows, like chest eagles on Space Marines. At the same time, they'd have metallic like bolter parts, so it's like, you know, it says non-mets and metallics mixed together. And I remember some of my models, I deliberately was painting them in a non-metallic way, although we didn't call it that. You know, I had this golden yellow idea going through my head. You know, so you might say I've been doing it for a really long time, but I hadn't really quantified it as that until, say, like 2006, 2006 I started hanging around Cool Mini or Not. And with Cool Mini or Not came Rackham paint jobs, you know, and that's like, alright, what's this NMM thing all about? And then I consciously was aware of this new niche, and that's when I really started to develop it. So from like 2006, I was firing around consciously with this style, particularly silvers, and a lot of them came out as a stone, you know, looking very stone-like. Have a look at my Cool Mini or Not gallery. You know, just Google my name, Tommy Sewell, TOMMIESOULE, Cool Mini or Not, and you should find my gallery. If not, I'll shove a link below. And yeah, I was fanning around with a lot of the ideas then, consciously, and it was when I came to paint one of the models, Vargar, where something with gold really clicked. You can see he's got like dreadlocks and he's got like little beads in his hair and whatever. And yeah, something clicked there, and I thought, right, okay, I know what's happening now. So I kind of put everything down a little bit, and I was chunnering with a couple of ideas in my head. I decided to test one of those ideas on a Chaos Warrior limited edition Games Day model. 2 axes, that guy. And that first idea, I did a full model in non-met. I was like, right, okay. Not quite what I had in mind. You know, the plan went, technically, I think I painted pretty well. However, artistically and realistically, not so. Does the model look cool? Yeah, I think so. But did it do the job I wanted it to do? No. However, what doing the model in that way taught me was everything else I needed to know. So with that everything else I needed to know, another idea started ticking around my head, and I was just like, do you know what, this one can't fail. It can't fail. And I fired around it in my head for a while. Anyway, Sanguinary Guard came out, and this is the model, as far as I'm concerned, apart from a fantastic guy called Mike Newman, the Sanguinary Guard model I painted was the turning point in me painting career. And I had an idea in my head that was like, it can't not work. So Sanguinary Guard came out. I started painting this model, then Darren Latham or Latham, or I don't know. Let me know how you say your surname, mate. His Sanguinor painting guide came out, and you know, a lot of the things tallied up. You know, so that as I finished this paint job, as I was looking at it, even I was a little bit like, whoa, I can do it. It does work. You know, this model took me like 40 hours to paint, and generously as I allowed to paint it in work time as well. But it was just really good fun. I proper got into the idea. So I had this new system of doing non-mets that was now firm in my head. You know, 40 hours of just drilling it in, and to be honest, once it got in, it was hard not to paint that way. You find that once the idea in non-mets gets in there, then it's there to stay. In fact, I'll say this: the idea in non-metal metallics is generally misunderstood. So non-metal metallics isn't a technique. It's not a technique. It's a result. Alright? It's a result. Yeah. A technique isn't the colours you used. A technique isn't where you put them, which is essentially what non-mets is. Specific colours in specific places. That's not a technique. That might be a recipe and a method. Yeah. Technique is the skill, you know, how much energy and control you have with your brush. That's technical aspects. Yeah. Technique. How. You know, the real how do you get the right colours in the right place. That bit is technique. And the colours you could use all the same colours as me and get absolutely cack results. You know. Or you could use completely different colours and get great results, in which place people say, oh, non-met red. And it's not non-met red, it's just shiny red. You know. So once you can do one colour, pretty much you should be able to do them all. You know, all shiny effects, because it follows some real simple principles. You know, so when I do my courses, I teach 3 things: rule of jewel, rule of cool, rule of real. And there's more. You know, I've got lots and lots of systems that I teach people, so really only have to learn one thing, and once they get their head around that one thing, which is, to be honest, I find that a lot of people find it difficult because their head is filled with a lot of bullshit first. And that's one of the hardest things as a teacher when I'm doing seminars. The people who have a meltdown are the people who go in with an idea. You need to just, as Bruce Lee says, you need to empty that cup. You know, you need to empty the cup and allow a new idea in, because I'm gonna be crazy here. Oh, you might think it's crazy, I don't, but non-mets is easy. Non-mets is easy. What makes it hard is you. That's what makes it hard. What makes it hard is your thoughts on it. Stop having thoughts on it. Just stop it. You know, if you're going to learn from somebody, or you're going to learn from some material, then get your thoughts out of the way, because they're just holding you back. But you've got a bunch of pre-misconceptions that it's difficult, and you're going to keep them, and you're going to make it difficult. So stop doing that. Start making it simple. This is what non-mets is. It's the right colours in the right place. That is it. It doesn't have to be blended. Yeah, it doesn't have to be some fancy set of colour choices. It doesn't have to use colour theory, or it's just choose the right colours in the right place. Like, for example, you've got a range of greys up to white. Just choose the right greys to go in the right place. Use a picture reference. Dead easy. You know, golds, it's the right yellows, the right browns, the whites in the right place. Use a picture reference, put them in the right place. That's it. You don't have to blend, you don't have to do anything special. So yeah, there you go. Do use an airbrush. I like using an airbrush, though I prefer not to, if I can, because I like doing a paintbrush. Non-mets took me a small amount of time, or maybe a long amount of time, depending on how you want to look at it. But I suppose, you know, a lot of experience with painting helped both happen in the right way. I suppose, do you know what comes out of this? Just enjoy painting. Find the fun in painting. And do you know what? You can never go wrong. You know, actively try and find the fun in pain. Actively. So yeah. Anyway, cheers for listening, guys. I'm gonna sit in a hotel room, play my guitar. So like, cause I'm away for like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Like maybe only back for a day. So enjoy.